Hey, what's going on? It is your boy, Mr. D.R.E, and you know what time it is. It is grown and thrown off, and I'm with my boy, the man, the myth, the legend, the hurricane, Mr. Suave himself, Mr. Jellivert's son, Mr. B-Mac. Say what's up, boy.
What's good? What's good? What's going on, y'all? Another one.
Another one. Do it like Kali.
God did. Another one.
Okay,
I'm ready to
man,
drop some more fire, man, dog. I'm really excited to be back, bro.
Man, listen.
I ain't gonna even lie, dog. I'm really excited to be back, man.
That's
ready to be
what's
back
up.
on this mic, man. No, like I said, spitting this hot fire.
That fire.
Hot fire for y'all, man. I hope tune in, man. It's gonna be another great episode.
Hey, for sure, man. We on a high, man. Look, 2025. I'm on a high. 2025. I'm on a matter of fact.
And I ain't coming down.
I'ma stay high. You know what I mean?
Coming down
at all, bruh. At all. Speaking of fire, let's talk about this for a minute. Did you see this clip with this fool?
Hey, oh yeah.
Wait a minute. This dude. Okay, so this Texas rapper named Too Short, Too Low. Mr. Too Low, he's on a podcast. And I forget the name of the podcast right now. I want to say Willie D, but it's not Willie D. But he's on this podcast, just talking about, whatever. And he reaches in his pocket, and all you hear is fire. And everybody,
bro, hey, seeing that video, bro, you could tell, bro, when Buddy stuck his hand in his pocket, and he was. Like, you can tell it was probably kind of like uncomfortable in his pocket. And let me tell y'all rappers this here.
Look, tell them about it, man.
Stop wearing your britches so doggone tight.
Talk about it.
You feel what I'm saying? Y'all britches be so tight, y'all can't even hide a little pocket monster in your pocket without it going off. On top of that, brother, your safety should have been on. So listen here, man. If you're going to own a firearm, please take the time to learn how to properly how to carry the firearm, how to properly have it on safety, because it's not just your life you're playing with when it comes down to these firearms.
Man,
you don't know who you could have hit, bro. You know what I mean? Playing with that gun in your pocket. You could have killed yourself.
Okay.
But, dog,
doing too much.
Wear some bigger britches, man.
Doing way too much. Matter of fact, I think I got the video. Let me let you hear the video. Hold on.
Like, those were your choices.
Wait a minute. Let me give y'all to it again. Wait a minute.
God, in life, those were your choices. Who shot who? Somebody got shot.
The first thing that boy do.
How good?
Oh, Lord, man, you tripping. Yeah, that man tripping, man.
Yo, wait a minute. So, listen, y'all got to see the video. When y'all get a chance, just look it up.
If you haven't already
If you ain't already saw it, Texas rapper Too Low accidentally fires gun. The part that got me, first of all, why in the world? Okay, this ain't Adam Jumper. I think that's the name of No Jumper.
No Jumper.
No Jumper. This ain't No Jumper. So why in the world are you carrying a gun in your tight jeans anyway? That's number one. But secondly, here's the part that got me. So after he reaches in his pocket for some chewing gum, and the gun goes off, the host just sits there like, he's looking around, and then he says,
Who got shot?
Who got shot?
Who shot who?
Who shot who?
That boy instantly turned to the police, ain't it?
That dude said, everybody all right? He just looking around.
His buddy in the back. Dang, Lo, you tripping. Yeah, that man tripping.
You all right? He's like, yeah, I think so. So I was so shocked by how the host looked, right? Because I'm like, listen.
The host pick up the leg. He thought he could.
But when you look at the video, the host don't panic. He's just sitting there like, and I ain't no gangster, but if a gun go off, I'm not gonna be as calm as he was. So what I found out, I did some digging, and I found out this came from Houston News. They asked the host about it. Like, you seem so calm, and people were saying, "Oh, he gangster, he about that life." It ain't even scare him not one bit. So what it was he actually, the headphones he had on, those are noise canceling headphones. So he didn't hear it like we heard it. It just sounded like something in the distance, which is why he was so calm. Cause I'm like, ain't no way, a gun gonna go off and I'm just gonna still be sitting there with my legs crossed. It just don't happen.
But man, you see the look on his face, you could tell he definitely ain't trying to discharge that firearm.
But
for real.
And you saw how he paused real quick. He was just like,
oh my God, what did I just do, man? Did I hit? I hope I ain't hit nobody.
Man, listen, it's funny now because we know everybody's all right. But man,
not a funny situation, man.
That could have went so many different ways. That could have ended
south
up
quickly.
South real quick.
You know what I mean? So again, man, anybody, that's not just been around, but anybody, take the time to inform yourself on these firearms. I mean, know how they work.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Take the go to shoot straight. Have somebody teach you, but just learn. But if anything, man, you don't need to be hard to have it in your pocket. Get you a holster.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, like, bro, where it's safely put away.
Something, bro. And I mean, listen, look, I know people, we all got different lives, but bro, you on a podcast with this dude. Look, I'm sure they had some, because this guy's like a ex-rapper himself or whatever. So I'm sure that they had security or whatever. Bro, you could chill out, having that gun with you and all that stuff. It's just crazy.
I don't know, man. It's the facade that, I mean, I guess.
What you trying to prove, bro?
I guess it's, the rapper startup kit, man. You gotta have a firearm, get you a couple some chains, and you gotta look the part, I guess, man. I think
and a dime in your pocket.
I think having a gun as a rapper comes with it these days.
It must be, man. It must be. But man, I'm just glad everybody was okay with that. Listen, welcome to Grown and Thrown Off. We here. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right. We back. Now sit on down. Hey.
Like we never left.
Never left. Hey, so listen, man, B-Mac.
Yo.
It's getting about that time, man.
Yes, it is.
The great general, the great leader, the distinguished one. Some call him the savior, some call him the hot Cheeto. However you define them.
Somebody call him, some people call him the devil, some people call him the savior.
Hey, boy.
Depends on who you talking to.
Matter of fact, before I even get into what I'm about to get into, have you ever seen a time where people were so divided about the president? Because I understand the Republican and Democratic, I understand the concept, the division in that arena, but I've never seen such either adulation or hate for one president. Like I understand differences, Republican and Democratic, but I've never seen where it's gotten so personal. Because listen, I'm a black man from the South, but I'm just gonna keep it as you say, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I did not see this much division, so publicly displayed, even with Barack Obama. This dude has just either way captivated your emotions one way or the other.
Yeah. A lot of people have their emotions when it comes down to them. Like you say, it's people. You got the people. It's love or hate.
It's love or hate.
It's either you love that man or you hate this man. I mean,
it's not even let's give him a chance. It's like, either he's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, or he about to put us in World War IV, and he the devil.
Yeah, he's the devil. Like I say, bro, he's a savior or a devil, man. Depending on, how you look at it, how you view it, what you stand on, what's your beliefs when it comes down to a lot of things. I feel like a lot of those things are determining factors when they come down to their love or hate.
Yeah.
When it comes down to that particular guy. But to answer your question, to say, do I know in record time of any presidency election that causes this much division? Yeah, I haven't been here on this earth too long.
Nah. But even in
to
the
experience,
history books,
but I can't really say that I do. I just know other presidents. When it comes down to presidency, to me, you're gonna have your people who gonna really love the election, or the people who gonna really hate it. Now, to this degree, I haven't seen it. But it's not. I always seen like, okay, where, like I say, when it come down to, I guess to answer your question, I guess the closest I can come up with is when Bush won. When W. Bush won, the younger Bush. Now, when George W. got into office, like, I know there was a lot of people who really didn't like that. A lot of people didn't like it. They felt like, George W. Bush wasn't no different than, that was the closest to Trump, in my opinion, you're going to get. But it's even that wasn't at the scale.
Not even close
to
what Trump,
where we at now with Trump in office. But because you also got to think about it, man. George Bush definitely, he wasn't out here like, calling people this and scum.
He wasn't flamboyant.
You feel what I'm saying?
And
like
outspoken like that.
Yeah, he wasn't nothing like that boy Trump. You know what I mean? So
the thing that I remember most about Bush Jr. is most people feeling like if you liked him, you liked him. But if you didn't like him, you didn't like him because you felt like he wasn't smart enough. That was the thing that I heard the most about, was he wasn't smart enough to be the president.
Let some people tell it, man, ain't no president smart enough.
But yeah, he was the first one that people like that I can remember. Just openly,
I can remember that.
Criticize him, saying
he's a good old boy.
He's stupid, man. He's just.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any president.
No, man.
And by the way, I am not a Trump supporter. I don't like him myself. I can't say that I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, bro. People are going in. I'm gonna catch some flack for this, and I know somebody gonna say something, but if you really think about it, it'll be the truth. People are looking at Trump, whether you like him or you don't like him, the same way that I read about how people looked at Hitler. Either you really, really liked him and you was loyal to him,
which was, the only problem with that
or you hated this dude.
Yeah, it's just the only problem with that was the people who really loved him was the people on his side.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? When it came down to Hitler.
But
that's the biggest difference between the two.
But see, that's the thing. They were on his side, just like you have the Republicans on Trump's side. Like, you can't say anything bad. Everything, you got so much information about all the stuff he's done.
Yeah.
And look, I understand people make mistakes. People deserve second chance. I got it. But I'm just trying to show you what I'm talking about when I compare him to Hitler. I'm not saying he's as bad as Hitler. Let me clear that up. But I'm talking as far as the allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
You got Republicans who know his history, know the things that he's done. And it's like, there's nothing you can say to make me not like this dude, not support this dude. And then you got the other side of the arena. If he were to do something really good, they would not give him credit for that and say, I still can't stand your MF and whatever.
Yeah.
So I've never seen a president with this much possession of people's hearts like this. It's crazy.
Yeah, when it comes to Trump, bro, it's mostly everybody taking it. It's very, very. It's more personal than anything.
Man, that's what I'm looking
for. It's more personal than anything. It's more personal than politics. It's more personal than whatever that all comes along with being a president in the United States.
Right.
But I mean, what I want to tell the people is, know where y'all at. Y'all in the USA, man.
Yeah.
Like things that you would think make sense just don't make sense here in the US. You feel what I'm saying? And that's been written all the way in the history books. You know what I mean? People who's found these lands and we walked on really ain't the people who was on this land first.
At all.
So it's like the US is just.
See another podcast in our future.
It's just really it has never really been like that here. It's like the U.S. like from my understanding from the history books that I was given during school and stuff like that. Like, bro, it's never really been a land to where the righteous win, the righteous is right. I mean, it was always the people who
did the dirt,
was in power. You feel what I'm saying? To be able to take something and make it seem like something. Put it like this.
It's always been a smokescreen.
Put it like this. We asked the people, and this is black, white, Hispanic, whatever race you are. We asked the people never held the narrative of how things go in this world.
Mm-hmm.
We never hold the narrative. Now, I mean, well, you be like, well, dang, Brian, who holds the narrative on what's going on? Well, you get feed the narrative all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The history books hold the narrative. The people who wrote the history books hold the narrative. The people who's giving out the information that you holding as true holds the narrative.
Which, have you not noticed that they're trying to get rid of some of this history that they gave us?
All right, bro. Like I'm saying, so I man,
I see a podcast in our future.
So it's like, bro, like you got to think about who really holds the narrative here.
For real.
You know what I mean? So if we the people don't hold the narrative, meaning we ain't gonna never get to see things how they really are, the truth. You feel what I'm saying? You just got to make your best decision based off the information that you know.
Yeah.
Now, you can go do your own research. There's plenty of people out here that really, I mean, and I listen to them too. So they be coming up with some stuff that really be having me thinking, man, hold on now. This video making some pretty decent points.
Makes a lot of sense.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, well, dang. If this is all we was taught, this is all we was known, but this person can show me proof. This is how it was back before these people told me it was like this. Meaning, like, I'll give an example. Like, us colored people, black folks, like we. Like,
did you just call us colored, bro?
Yeah, colored folk.
Go ahead.
Colored folk. I'm sorry, colored folk.
No,
black
you good.
folk.
You good, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? I hope I ain't feel nobody.
No, you ain't feel nobody. I just ain't heard that since 19. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
But people of color.
Yeah.
Way back into like, bro, we was first kings.
Yeah.
Like the first.
Yeah.
Kings.
Right.
Queens on this planet. But like, again, like that's not the narrative. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's never been, could have been possibly erased. I have myself not have done the personal research and only going off of research of others. When it comes down to that particular thing I was talking about as far as being first kings and stuff like that, our descendants and stuff like that.
Right.
And how we really ran things really back then. Like in ancient times, maybe BC times, as far as back, like I wasn't there with my own 10 toes to say I seen this with my own 2 eyes, so I'm only going off information that I have received. So, but the only point I'm trying to make is if whoever wrote the narrative to say like, okay, we don't belong in a position of power or a high standing position as kings, or whoever wrote that narrative, that's who really have the power, in my opinion, So if you can really take a whole group of people and have them believe in something else that's farthest from the truth, whatever that may be, I feel like that person there has more power than anybody, in my opinion. Now, because they can rewrite it to where however they wrote it is how it's going to be from this point on.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You think of the amount of time that went by that this narrative has been held up. You feel what I'm saying? All the shortcomings that came along that among a certain group of people. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we can only control what we can.
True.
You feel what I'm saying? If there's things that we could possibly do as far as maybe coming together, standing together. Now, I mean, I saw a clip of a Akon interview on a podcast. He was like, man, if every single black person just took all their riches, all they earned, and just picked up and moved back to Africa, like, where would that leave the U.S.?
It would bankrupt the U.S.
You feel what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to a lot of stuff, bro, like us as the black culture, bro, leads it, like fashion, spending, sports, like, bro, there's nothing that we wouldn't be, nothing out here in this world that us as, colored folk would not be great at,
right,
and not succeed in. So if we was to take that and took it to a place where that's more, what's the word, more receptive of our kind, or color folk, we will, bro, like, we will all be good. Like, we can then at that point control the narrative.
True.
But until then, know we live in the great US of A. DJT's gonna be is our new president. So one time for that boy Donald Trump.
Let me just bring this up. So we started off talking about Donald Trump and the emotion he pulls from people. And did y'all see this 10-minute rabbit hole we just went down? A 10-minute. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you start bringing up Donald Trump, these are the types of things that happen.
Yeah,
it
man.
pulls on the heartstrings, the emotion of the people.
Yeah,
but
man.
So here's the question I had.
What's up?
About Donald Trump. My question about Donald Trump was this, and we got more to come today. Because the grown and thrown off topic for today is, does hard work pay off? Which is a very good question, but we're going to get into that. So here's my question about Donald Trump, or not even about him. So you know that the inauguration is taking place on January 20th. Guess what else happens on January 20th? It is Martin Luther King Day. Do you have a problem? Do you personally have a problem with his inauguration, knowing how the heartstrings of the people are already, people are on 10 now? Do you have a problem with his inauguration taking place on the same day we celebrate the most iconic black man in American history, his birthday?
Well, I mean, this may hurt y'all hearts, and if it do, man, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. But no, I don't think it's disrespectful at all. And then here's my reason to why. I actually looked up some information here.
Okay.
Looked up some information here, and I just wanna go back. Let's go on back.
Let's take a journey on back.
Take a journey back of time.
Back in my day.
You feel what I'm saying? Let's go all the way back to January 20th, 1953. That's the inauguration of Dwight D. Eisenhower. Let's even go back further to January 20, 1961. That's the inauguration of John F. Kennedy. We can even go all the way back to The January 20th of 1969. That's the inauguration date of Richard M. Nixon.
Uh-huh.
You feel what I'm saying? Let's even go back even a little bit further. Keep it going. I mean, January 20th, 1981. That's the inauguration of Ronald Reagan. January 20th, 1989. Inauguration of George Bush. January 20th, 1993. William J. Clinton was inaugurated. January 20th, 2001. That's the inauguration of George W. Bush. January 20th, 2009. I know everybody gonna love this one.
Uh-huh.
That's when that boy
Barack
Obama got inaugurated.
Hey, shout out to Barack, man. We miss you, boy.
You feel what I'm saying? So,
and you know we do.
So I brought all that up just to say, like, the inauguration has been on the 20th for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I know Donald J. Trump is not liked. I know he's not popular. I know a lot of people think, the man's a racist and things of that sort. And if that's to be the case, like I said again, hey, I'm a little bit racist myself. This is a lot of you know what I mean?
Talk about an honesty moment.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm not too fond of a lot of color folk myself. Is all I'm saying.
Listen, can we stop calling? Are you talking black people here? Colored folk, bro.
Well, black folk.
NAACP, we still on that, bro. The National Alliance of
Well, I thought that was
I
thought that was the more proper way to say it, other than saying black folks or Negroes.
Is your hair slicked back under that
hood? No, man, I'm nappy. I'm nappy up under here right now, boy. I need a cut for real. But if it's be like I said again, for the ones who don't like it because he don't like black folks, bro, I'm pretty sure. These same black folks got black people that they don't like themselves, and some of y'all don't even like y'all own family members.
Is that because of their skin though? Their skin color?
For whatever reason.
Okay, so we got to differentiate a little bit now. So it's not like we hate black people or other black people or our brothers, whatever, because they're a different shade, even though that is a topic for another podcast, because I do see a lot of hate between light skin and dark skin black people.
But when it comes to black folk, I don't honestly. It could be the color of the skin. It could be. I'm not a Caucasian, a racist Caucasian, so I don't know on that degree to say, okay, yeah, it's because of a person's skin color.
Uh-huh.
How I see it though, there are a lot of icon black folk who fits the stereotype. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, who really put themselves in the light that really, for instance, like we kind of talked about the little boy with the tattoos and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we do ignorant stuff.
Right.
That's not everybody. I'm not saying that about everybody. Don't storm my house. And if you do something to my mama because you know who she is, bro, trust me, I will find you. But we, as a people, bro, like, we do stuff to set ourselves behind.
Uh-huh.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, does that mean that gives another race to say to not dislike us? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. It's not an excuse for a whole nother race to say, hey, all y'all guys are bad, whoop, whatever the case may be.
Because of the color of your skin.
Because of the color of your skin.
Uh-huh.
But what I will say is, if it's because the way we act in certain places and how we may be, like, dog, like we act like animals at a lot of times, bro.
Uh-huh. So what you're saying is there are some people who don't like some of us because of the way we act, not because of our
just because
skin
your
tone.
skin color.
Yeah. I can agree with that because as you said, now I wouldn't have said I'm a racist as well. I'm a little racist as well, but I will say this: I do have I have a love affair with my people, which is why when I see us act, this boy about to have a meltdown here. But so when I see some of us, when I see some of us act a certain way, it breaks my heart. You know, it has nothing to do with your skin. It just breaks my heart that some of us act a certain way when we know that there are some people who are trying to validate their hate for us already. You know what I mean?
And we give them a reason.
And we give them a reason. So we as a people, we need to be better at that. But listen, we got to get on to the show, more of the show. But I want to point out one thing, and I do mean this sincerely. All of this started with Donald J. Trump. All right, this whole conversation started with Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? He brings out the emotion of the people.
We need to get Mr. Ruckus on it. We need to get Mr. Ruckus on the show, man.
All right, listen, we'll be back. Stay tuned. All right. We are back, man. We are really bringing in 2025 hard. You know, we are grown and throwed off for pause. For real. For those that tuned into last week, you understand what I mean by that pause. But we are bringing it in hard. Hey, listen. We promised to be grown and thrown off this year. We just tell the truth about a lot of things. But so listen. So now that Donald Trump done wrecked the show and we done
my podcast career.
Had, a moment to chill out for a minute and wipe the sweat off and, stop the fights that was almost about to happen. Let's go into another subject here. So we got this segment called I Promise So Help Me God. All right, so this segment is where we pick random questions, and it was a random question that has been sitting around here for about a few months now. It's that same bowl right there, and I just happened to pick the question right before we came on, and we just gonna tell the truth about it. Just tell how we really feel about it. So, B-Mac, I need you to put your hand on the Bible. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Word.
All right. So here is the question. The question is, what does the opposite sex do that gets on your nerves?
The number one thing?
The number one thing.
I'm going to start off with the number one thing to answer the question because I know I'm going to digress.
All right.
The number one thing I hate that women do that really gets on my nerves is the whole indirect talking. Like they ain't never like direct about it. They want me to read their minds and things like I just got to know exactly what you thinking. Like that really grind my gears, bro. Like,
shout out to K Love.
Yeah, like that grinds my gears, dog. Like,
bruh, listen.
That's the number one thing. Like, tell me exactly what the problem is. You feel what I'm saying? If there's a problem.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and tell me, oh, nothing's wrong, but I clearly see something's wrong.
Right.
So I guess simply put, don't lie to me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
But see, I can feel you on that, how you said the indirect question. In other words, they're asking a question for you to figure out what they really mean or really want.
Yeah. Instead of just telling me.
So, man, listen. My wife. Look, I'm growing the throat off. This 2025. Hey, I done put 15 years of marriage in here. Let me unbutton. Yeah, it's getting a little hot in here.
It's getting a little warm, boy.
Let me do my Marvin Gaye example. Do his thing. Listen. My wife of 15 years, who I love you, baby, so much. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies turn gray. But listen, My wife does that a lot. So she'll say something like, babe, aren't you hot? And I'm like, nah,
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
It's comfortable in here.
Yeah, well, you ain't hot at all? Nah. Oh, okay. So then, some time will pass by. She say, well, babe, you sweating a little bit. You sure you ain't hot? Babe, I'm not sweating at all. Well, babe, can you turn on the air conditioner? Why? Well, I'm a little hot. Well, say you hot then. Then why you trying to put this on me? Or here's another one. It'd be some. We get invited out to some place or something like that. Say something like with the kids. The kids would be like, hey, we be thinking about going out to eat or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so she'll say, well, we would go, but your daddy's tired. He looks tired. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm fine. I mean,
yeah.
I'm good. What she really meant was
she tired.
She don't want to go. That's what it was. It ain't that she tired. She just don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I end up getting blamed for it. She puts all the onus on me so she can get out of certain things, or she'll look around and we'll be in the room and she'll be like, yeah, boy, sure is bright in here. It's like, yeah, sure is bright in here. Yeah, boy, babe, the light bill went up by $35 last month. So what that's the cue for is, babe, can you cut off the light? That's what she really want to say.
Yeah.
Even though I've already been laying down for like the last 30 minutes, and
she don't want to disturb you.
She just walked in the room.
Yeah.
And laid down, and so now she, but she don't want to move no more. So it's something that yeah.
So yeah, dog, that would definitely be the number one, like, that really grind my gears, bro.
Oh man,
because it's like you can't. It's because being like men, I believe men, we are natural problem solvers.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And women sometimes have the tendency of handing you problems that's really not a problem.
Right.
No, I mean, like, you tell me it's something else, but it's really this. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, you telling me, it's hot, but I mean, you might just be really uncomfortable. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of just saying, hey, it might be a little uncomfortable in here, or hey, I might not really like this restaurant. You might come over, oh, this is too expensive. The spoons are dirty.
Just tell me what's
like,
really
look,
on
just
your
tell
mind.
me that this ain't that you ain't feeling it. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we can, get things right. But it's the whole beating around the bush for me.
I can't stand it.
It's definitely the whole beating around the bush for me when it comes down to things that women do that and it's like, and I was going to say, like, I really try my best to not allow things, and I have to pat myself on the back on this. Like, I really don't allow too many things to really get under my skin. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, once I can identify something, like I can identify something that's wrong. I mean, now I can't force somebody to have a conversation that they don't want to have.
Right.
But you got to give me the decency to tell me the truth. Like, hey, listen, it's just not the right time right now to have a conversation I want to have, or maybe I just ain't come up with the words to really describe what it is I'm feeling, or whatever the case may be. We just have to, stick attacking that.
Right.
And we can come back to it. But don't give me the runaround.
Right.
I don't like the run. I'm not trying to fix something that's really not a problem just because you don't know how to word what you really want to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're creating something that don't necessarily need to be an issue.
Here's my thing. Here's what I can't stand. I really can't stand this. And if you've ever had a woman, if you've ever invested time in a woman, and if you have a wife, you will understand where I'm coming from with this. I can't stand when women want the truth but can't handle the truth.
Bro, and hey, I say one time for K Love.
One time for K Love. We love you, baby.
Like I told you though, women don't want the truth.
Boy, listen, they can't. They think they want it, but they can't handle it.
I hear right now. I say it like the truth. I can hear right now. Nah, I know you. You might be different, love, but I'm telling you, most women don't want the truth.
Here's what I can't say. So I'm sitting there and you're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm good." No, tell me what's wrong. Hey, I'm all right. See, you always saying you're all right, and you say you okay and everything else and that. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you the truth that you asked for, raw, and I give it to you. Now that I done gave you the truth, the whole atmosphere in the house switches. I mean, switches, and so now where I thought I might get lucky tonight, I know I'm not getting lucky tonight.
Boy, listen here.
Boy, I'm not.
You want to ruin your chances of getting lucky.
Tell the truth. Boy, look here. Okay.
You want to ruin your chances?
Let me say that one more time. If you want to ruin your chances of getting a little lucky tonight, tell. I said tell. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
The truth don't work, bro. The truth do not work. Bruh. They say they want it.
If you're trying to get to the promised land,
boy, listen.
You got to tell a lie.
You got and a good one at that, because if you tell, because listen, if you tell a lie that don't sound good, you're gonna spend about an hour and a half of hearing that's not what's really wrong, and then it's you just. So now, not only are you not gonna get any, but you're not even gonna get no peace because they're gonna keep nagging at you, time after time after time. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me. I want to know. I'm a big girl. Tell me. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Tell her a lie. Okay. It'll be so much easier. She gonna accept it, and it's gonna be over and done with.
And that just happened to be the end of our promise to tell the truth. So help me God. Listen, we'll be right back with some more. Stay tuned. All right. Here we are. We're back in the building. And so, yeah, man. Before we get into the topic of the day, I want you to hear something real quick. I'm going to play it, and then I want to get your thoughts on it. All right?
I got you.
All right.
100%. The rich and the fake rich?
Yes.
What's the difference between people who are actually rich and those who are acting like they're rich?
People who are actually rich, like you rich. And sorry, guys.
That's good.
They're not concerned about impressing you.
Interesting.
They are apex predators. They do not worry about what you think about them.
Wow.
It is the guy that you see walking into a 3 Michelin star restaurant in a quiet, normal looking outfit, sweater vest situation, eats his meal, leaves a 50% tip because they can. That's true wealth. Then you've got the wannabe wealth that goes to that same restaurant, dripped out in a designer label, is, making a scene. Why isn't this water sparkling? This is still, I don't like that. No. Like just, really, really new to the experience, and then leaves a 10% tip.
Wow.
Hey loves, it's your girl D.D. and welcome.
So here we go, man. So that clip was fake rich versus real rich, and I do have some thoughts on it, but I want to get your thoughts on it first because what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on it? Because boy, it's a lot of perpetrating.
Yeah, she kind of fooled me. She kind of fooled me on that one. I mean, when she first started off on the video, as far as wealthy and stuff like that, as far as not really having to really look rich in a sense.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily classify it as a
being fake in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Okay.
If it's real in a sense, but I just feel like she had a pre-notion. You know what I mean? Of two different type of people. You know. And you know, she gave her opinion on what she felt like, you know what I mean, Wealthy would do. Wealthy is going to be a person who going to wear the collared shirt and go in, and I guess the person who wears the designer, now if you really look at that stuff, it'd be more, it's more one culture wearing more designer than another. You feel what I'm saying? And being way more sassy and 5-star areas. Then I'm pretty sure the pre-notion person that she was pretty much talking about in that video.
Okay, well, look, I don't know if it's you know, a particular culture that wears more of the name brand stuff. I think most cultures have just the particular brand that says we made it. You know what I'm saying? You got your universal brands. That's for everybody, and then you got these brands that, you know, certain sectors where, you know, or
people who can really afford them.
Yeah, you know, but you know, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I kind of feel what she's saying, only because when you look at like the rich, they don't really care about brands like that. They don't really care about.
I agree with her 110% on that.
Yeah, they don't care about dressing like that. You know, I mean, when you look at Bill Gates, you know, he's not trying to drip. You know, what we would call drip. You know.
Yeah, but that's not his forte.
Yeah, but
that's just not his forte. He's just a guy. I mean I mean. I don't. When it comes down to rich and wealth, I don't consider, I mean, what a person choose to do with their money more wealthy than the person who choose not to do it. Because at the end of the day, you have to be able to afford it to do it.
Yeah.
You have to be able to afford it to do it.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it's only the people who has it on, who wears it, are people who got it and who made it.
Well, see, I can't say that. Because, see, look, I really understand what she's talking about, because, look, we've grown the throat off. This 2025, I'm just going to keep it 100. You know, as you would say, I'm going to keep it a buck so hard. So, listen, I see more, as she said in the video, people who are rich, they're not concerned about trying to impress nobody.
Yeah, 200% agree.
And I really think it comes down to a mindset. Now, people who are not rich, you know, who really don't have any money like that, they always trying to, you know, buy that brand, keep up with the fashion to try to look like they made it. For instance,
you talk about broke people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and see, that's what we're talking about. You know, the fake rich versus the real rich. The fake rich are normally those ones that are broke. The fake rich will be the ones that are max out their credit card to get the new Jordans, to get the red bottoms or whatever, you know, just so they can look like a symbol of success. Or some might say, well, you know, I'm just treating myself to something. You know, when the real rich, they not really wearing about red bottoms like that, you know, or, you know, just having on.
Yeah, but rich people wear red bottoms though. Wealthy people wear red bottoms.
They do, but they're not going out of their way to get it. Look, if they wear them because they're comfortable. You know, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I mean, and I get that, but like I say, the biggest difference is you're talking about people who can't really properly afford the stuff. That I won't consider that person a wealthy person.
Well, that's what she's talking about.
But that person doesn't qualify. She said what the rich people, the difference between real rich and fake rich.
Right.
How can you be fake rich? So I'm guessing fake rich mean poor people.
Fake rich are just people who don't got it like that. I mean, you can be middle class, you can be broke. It don't matter. You ain't really got it like that. And like I really understood what she was talking about, because I
mean, I agree. I agree with some of it. And the only reason why I say that is because it's like, well, I look at it like this. Now, if I'm a wealthy person, right? I'm a wealthy person. Like I can afford whatever I buy 10 times over. My family's good, and whatever the case may be. I'm wealthy. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I won't be considered as fake rich because I decided to go in that bin and be like, hey man, why my stuff ain't sparkling? And I bought me a $10,000 bracelet and I bought me a $50. That don't make me fake shit. Afford it.
But we gotta put this in context. It's not everybody. Like anything, it's not everybody. There are some people who are really rich that want to really show out that they are rich. But there are some who, there are a lot. Let me just say it like that. There are a lot of people who don't have the money like that, that will show out like she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, I have worked with the public. I've been in customer service. I've done sales. I've done property management. I've done it all, just about. And I can tell you, that's why when I first saw this video, I was laughing because I can tell you, the ones that really give you the headache, like, this got to be like this and this and this and that, are usually people who ain't got no money. They go through all these demands. Bro, I'm telling you, they give you all these demands, and then right when you trying to close the deal, you find out they broke.
Oh, well, yeah. Then,
or their credit is suspect. So, and I'm look, we're not gonna make this a race thing. This episode has been uncovering a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna say, it's not a particular race, but I will say, and by the way, everybody that's listening, I am a black man from the South, okay? And so is B-Mac. But I will say that it's usually our people that try to show out when we ain't got it.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There is a vast amount of us make very poor financial decisions to, give the appearance to look wealthy.
Yeah.
It's just, we do that. We do.
We
are. But I guess we're classifying that as fake rich then.
Well, yeah, it's not just us, but anybody that tries to
do that. Yeah.
To do that. But what I'm saying is
fake rich.
But yeah, that would be fake. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times it's us because when she was talking about the restaurant joint, I could understand because I used to work in a restaurant, and the people that used to give me the best tips were people you wouldn't even have thought had money, but they would give you like a 56% tip. Then you got somebody that walk in that got on the quote unquote $3,000, $4,000, $10,000 chain. Got a whole group of people trying to ball out and everything else. They get liquor from the bar, and then when you see your tip for a $300-$400 bill, you got $10, and I'm like, wait, what? I served all of y'all. Sense. And a lot of times, I hate to say it, but it's
don't be hate to say it. Is what it is.
It be us. But listen, man, this is going to be a podcast episode by itself, and so we're gonna get into that a little bit later. So we're gonna get into the main topic, the GTO topic of the day, which is, does hard work pay off? And we'll be right back right after this. All right. So we are back in the building. Here we go, man. The GTO topic of the day. Now, let me give people out there full disclosure, because you might be saying, the audio sounds a little different. Let me just tell you how gangster we are right now. How driven B-Mac and Mr. D.R.E are for you all. So
just to get y'all this good hot fire.
So what ended up happening was there was a something that came up on B-Mac's end, and he had to handle some business. And so we said we would, get down with it later, finish it up later. And then something happened on my end. And then, he tagged back in and something happened on his end. And then I tag him back in and something happened on my. So we have been going through a whole lot of stuff to finally, we've kind of had to do this thing remote. So if you hear the audio a little different, it's because we love y'all. That's what it comes down to. It's because we love y'all.
Like I said, we're determined to get y'all this hot fire.
We determined to get you this fire. Can I remind y'all of episode 4 when it said define success, and we was talking about how that person who is successful, they on that constant grind. We up here grinding for y'all.
Grinding.
We like them drug dealers out at 3 a.m. trying to get you that product.
They don't make them like that no more.
Oh no, they ain't nobody grinding like that no more. But anyway,
they in bed by 8 o'clock now.
Hey, look here, trying to get somebody on the social media, on the Facebook or Instagram, sending out little code words. Yo, I'm up here at so and so and so and so. No, we them street dudes, real street dudes.
Still out here the old fashioned way.
Okay, sitting on the corner.
Asking to get picked up.
So, hey, that's gonna be our new nickname, the Corner Boys. Hey, but so here we are, the grown and throwed off topic of the day. Does hard work pay off? And as we always do on G.T.O, let me give him a formal introduction. Yo, B-Mac, take it away.
Hard work really paying off, boy. Look at him. That's a little kind of tricky to really answer, but I'm gonna go at it like this. I got to say this, man. I'm a honest working man. You know what I'm saying? I chose a lot of my years of my life going about it that way, making my money, trade my time in to various different companies and corporations and stuff like that. But so I spent a lot of my time making my bread that way, and I take pride in my work and what I do. I mean, shout out to my oldest brother Kurt. He told me at a very early age, man, I was going off to college, man. Whatever you do, man, give it your all, man. If it's not what you want to do, if you're not going to choose to give it your all at what you're doing, man, you might as well don't do it, because you're going to waste a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of resources. It's best to not, you're not giving yourself the best chance to win if you're not giving it your all. So that's just something I stood on, and I took that with me, man. And it's just, when you work hard in the workforce, bro, my answer to that question would have to be heavens no, bro. Like, hard work really don't pay off, bro, in the work area, dog. Man. I'm giving my experience through what I've experienced. Not me. So, in my opinion, bro, my hard work. Put it like this: my hard work got me what I deserved. But what I deserve is not a payoff to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so like if like, put it like this, I've worked hard in all my jobs I've been in. I've been at certain jobs to where like I actually moved up, or every job I always had the opportunity to at least move up. Right. If I wanted to take on those such responsibilities. Right. It was just nothing that I personally never really saw myself doing, really want to do, move up in the company, accepting those kind of responsibilities. But there's been some jobs where I actually did, but my job never really, my job function didn't change. Just the title did, in a sense. Okay. So like, my hard work got me that position. that's a deserving position. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like paying off will be not being utilized to the max for the very bare minimum.
Okay.
Of what you can say what you can do for me. Like, you can make me lead over these people right here, where it's like, well, bro, come on, man, I can run this whole building, really.
Okay.
Like, let it pay off for me like that. I mean, now I take what I deserve.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you doing me no favor, because I'm giving you what nobody else in here is doing. Like, I'm really getting this position by default. Ain't nobody really in here really working to a point for them to feel comfortable giving them such a position. Mm-hmm. You might have a few.
I feel you. Okay, so
but I don't feel like hard work pays off. Definitely in the workplace. Now, if you work hard, and like, I feel like if you my problem was he chose to work hard in the workplace. It wasn't until where I was like, okay, if I'm going to work this hard for somebody else, like, I need to work 10 times as hard for what I really want and what I deserve, what I feel like I deserve to have. So now that route right there is a whole lot longer and painful and excruciating. You know what I mean? But I know that route right there pay off 10 times more. Like, that I know that'll be a payoff. Like, my hard work really paid off, but I made it. Mama, we made it. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I got
that's
you.
a payoff to me. But I don't feel like a job would ever give me that kind of payoff. It would just give me what I deserve.
Okay. Well, we can route with that. I kind of got mixed up a little bit when you were saying you get what you deserve, but you don't get the payoff. But I think you cleaned it up to where I understand. Basically, it's just like it's not getting you to the end point that you want. Basically,
yeah, like you're not really. It's not really impacting my life really like that. Like,
right.
A little increase of money. You feel what I'm saying? More responsibilities. Like, I deserve that because I work my tail off. But like, what kind of payoff compared to the person who just became the CEO?
Yeah, but I mean, you got to look at, they put in a lot more work than you did, probably. Just differently.
Yeah. Now again, that's why I say now I only been in a few places. You feel what I'm saying? But let's just take our current job. Let's take Target for an example. You feel what I'm saying? Those ones say the same. It's like, bro, yeah, I started right where you guys were, doing the same things that you guys were, and I worked my way through here, and everybody seemed to climb that corporate ladder all the same way. But if that was to be true, meaning you was doing, if you was working with me, I guarantee you, put it like this, when she was working, now I can't say I won't say I guarantee. I won't say I guarantee, but I would say this. Put it like this: if you was working with me, I guarantee you that I outperformed you. I worked harder than you, and I guarantee that I'm pretty sure when she was on the floor, right where she said we are right now, there was somebody that was outperforming her. So what makes that person not more qualified to be able to tell this story right now instead of you? How do I know that?
Well, you know what? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna go. First of all, let me answer the question. Does hard work pay off? I believe absolutely yes. I believe it does pay off, and I believe it pays off whether you're clocking into a job or whether you are starting your own business. I believe hard work pays off. Now, when let's separate the two. When we look at, you clocking into a job versus you being the owner. Even at the job, I feel like it pays off. And given the illustration that you gave, you have someone, y'all started off together, y'all doing the same thing. And one person moves up and the other person doesn't. To me, hard work is, see, when I work, I put everything into it. When I say everything, I mean everything. I'm not just talking about, using my physical abilities or put it like this. I'm giving them more than what they're asking me for. I've done that at every job I've ever been at because I'm a big person. I'm big on how my name is out there. I come from a family that owned companies, that owned a real estate company, that owned a construction company. And so that was always ingrained in me. Always give them more than what they asked for. And I can honestly say with me doing that, that's kind of separated me from other people. For instance, I'll just use, I used to work for a phone company, and, they have a certain quota that they want you to meet. And so what I saw a lot of times was when people met that quota, they got relaxed. When I met the quota, I'm just getting started. You see what I'm saying? They would have daily quotas. When they met their quota, they got relaxed. They start joking around. When I met my quota, I'm looking at, okay, what more can I do? When people wanted a phone, they would just tell them all about the phone or whatever. When I introduced the phone or I showed them a phone, I would tell them all about the phone, get them to try it out. I would then also sell them all types of equipment, show them how that worked. I mean, down to even like phone protectors, the cases. I would put my own phone into a case and just hurl that joker across the room to show how good it was. I just always went the extra mile. Then I would, we would even stop talking about the phones and I would start talking about them on a personal level, like what's going on with them, And so all of that, everybody didn't do, but I did. And so I ended up staying like top 3 in the district for the whole time I was there, except the last, 3-4 months when I knew I was getting ready to leave, And so I became like everybody else. But even in that, the reason I was about to leave was because I was so locked into what I was doing and just giving it all till someone who just met me that day. It was a guy who met me that day. And he offered me a job with his company, which is how I got into property management. And so, but all that came from my work ethic, how I approach things, because he told me, he was like, I haven't seen anybody like you. You just seem like you just put in a lot of effort or whatever. And so, that's why I say hard work pays off. I can honestly tell you, every job I've ever had has always led to a better job, or a better position, and so it pays off. Now, everybody doesn't see it. Every company doesn't see it, and every company is not going to treat you accordingly. But there will always be that one person that sees you that will give you an opportunity to move up. That's just where I'm at with it.
But yeah, I was just about to go ahead and say that. Like, only hard work. I'm gonna tell you what hard work got me. More work.
But look, okay. Work. But see, if you're talking about more work,
always got me more work.
But if you want, so I mean, okay, so we talking about the job side. Okay, now let's look at you saying it gets you more work. Isn't that kind of what it's going to lead to, though? Because even with the more work, okay, if you were independent, you were doing stuff independently, wouldn't it be more work than what you're currently doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, hard work paying off is going to lead to hard work, to more work until you get to that point, to the big payoff.
See, but I mean, I need you to listen to what I'm saying a little bit more specifically. Hard work only gave me more work. Key word, only. Now, when you factor in using the same example, it's like, well, if you was to do, go on your own and, you wants to be successful, don't you think it's going to get you more work? Yeah, of course. But that's where the payoff come in.
Right.
Like, that's where the payoff come in. Now, at the job, by it only giving me more work, I'm not getting compensated for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just more work.
But I think you are, though.
In what way?
Okay, so fill me on this.
Not in the financial. Not on the financial tip.
Fill me on this. Okay. If let's just say you're at this job, right? And they seeing that you're a hard worker. Okay. Whatever. And you are, they say, oh, well, you're a good worker. So, I'm going to give you this over here, So now they give you that over there. And then they say, oh, well, you're a good worker. Well, let me teach you this over here. So now you learn that over there. Oh, you're a hard worker. Now let me show you this over here. And so now you're getting more work. You're getting more work, but you are getting more skills as well. And so I think that's what's missing. And again, once again, let me say this. This isn't a 100% hit to where this is how it works for everybody, okay? Because I think sometimes people get kind of in their feelings because they only look at their current situation versus the average. I'll just say it like that. So they give you more work, but they also show you another skill. Okay, so now you can take those same skills when you get ready, that you want to say, when you're ready to take that leap to say, oh, I want to do something on my own, then you'll have those skills to help you do whatever you want to do on your own. Or even if you went to another job that paid you, $5-6 more, you wouldn't have been able to get that if you didn't learn the skills from where you was grinding at. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I think sometimes people cut their, I'm just saying like this. I think sometimes people cut their blessings short because they are so in tune or so locked in on their current situation or the current money they see that they don't even know that they are going to higher learning on the job. Meaning, you're learning skills that's going to help you throughout life. Like, guess what? Listen, I can drive forklift and all that, right? I did not start driving forklift when I was making $20 an hour or $16 an hour. I learned how to drive forklift when I was making 10. But with me learning that skill, it opened me up to other jobs that were paying more. That's all I'm saying. So that's why I say hard work does pay off on the job arena. I feel like hard work pays off. It's the only way you're gonna do something on your own. And then I just think in general, when you look at society, people know you by what you do. So I just feel like it pays off all the way around.
Hey, man, I'm gonna say this: hard work in the workplace, no, it don't pay off. If you gonna have hard work, do hard work on things that matter. Because at the workplace, those, like, if that's something you really want, like, now granted, like, yeah, can you go into a workplace? I mean, and honestly, like I say again, and I guess it's really Target that's really making me feel this way. Because it's like, bruh.
See, you done got in your feelings.
The people, you will take the people. No, feelings aside, like, bro, listen to this. There are people who don't have to work hard, can still go learn these same skills, just because they need them there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there are people who are undeserving of skills. Don't have the skills and undeserving of positions that they are in. I'm pretty sure me and you can both agree on that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So the hard work process didn't really matter. You didn't have to choose the hard work. You didn't have to choose the hard work route to do that within the work area.
But see, you're looking at an isolated case. That's why I say you got to look at this on average. Like, everybody can point to somebody who got a job that was not even deserving of the job because they knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. Everybody can point out one or two people like that. But on average, we can't say that about the average person, though, or the average, you know what I'm trying to say, the average person.
Yeah. So now you say one or two people. All right, bet that up. I would give to those one or two people. I give you 100 other people who simply just, like, there was very little to no hard work gotten there across pretty much the vast amount of jobs I done had.
Okay.
The vast amount of jobs that I've been experienced to. Like, for the most part, you find more people who simply just there just to get a bread, just to get a paycheck. You're gonna find maybe one or two people in there who you talk about, like how we would go in there and do. Go in there, we'll work. We don't mind the extra work. We don't mind the hard work. We don't mind learning this different skill. Don't mind learning that different skill. Now, and we choose to use the hard work route to go there. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of other great benefits that come along that way. But as far as acquiring the same things that person that chose the hard work route went, the person who just show up every day can get the same thing.
Okay, and I will counter that.
The same skills.
Let me counter that. Okay, so people who just show up. Okay, so let's reset. We both agree that there are we'll say 1 to 2 people who get a job that's not deserving of the job because they knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. Cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you have those people who come into a job and you said 100. Okay, we'll do 100.
Yeah.
You got 100 people. You say how many? How much? What percentage?
I say the 90% of the rest of the people that's there.
I wouldn't say that much. But okay, we'll say that. I'll go with that. Okay, so 90% of the people who come in, because I think we're just looking at one particular job at the moment. But anyway, we'll say 90% of the people who come in just come there for a check. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, bet. All right,
we can
so
add
now
jobs. That's every job I've been at.
Okay, so bet. Okay, now those people who came in to just get a check, how many of them do you think are truly successful or will truly be successful?
Those be the ones who get
Nah, bro, don't even go there. Okay, but they look.
What?
You trying to tell me a person?
So you're telling me the person who's deserving of the job actually get the job of the stuff that you think they should have?
Bruh, you
telling me that?
Yeah, because you got let's go back to episode 4. Let's define success. Let's talk about success for a minute. Okay, so you got 100 people who are coming in there and just doing just doing the job for the check. They not giving no effort, as you would say, no effort whatsoever. They just kind of there, just collecting the check. You mean to tell me that most of those people will be successful in life?
So no, you see, when we talking about, you can't say a life in
well, see, that's what I'm talking about. We talking about, does hard work pay off? That's the question. But I'm not looking at a particular company. But see,
not at a job, it don't, in my opinion.
But see, my thing is, I say it does. It's just how you view the job. Did you go in there with the mindset of, I'm gonna be the best I can be, and because I got a game plan, I want to do something on my own. Did you go in the mindset of, well, I'm gonna learn these different skills, because I got a plan of where I want to be. See, here's the issue. When we talk about, does hard work pay off? It'll pay off to, as much as it will pay off if you have a plan for it. See, those people who come in there and just say, well, I'm going to collect the check, I can promise you their life is never really what they wanted it to be. That's number one. Secondly, a person who says, well, I'm not going to give the effort, to or be open to learning different things or whatever, they're not going to be successful. And then thirdly, you got people who talk a lot of noise about, they do too much work, but then they're not willing to take the step to do their own thing. You know what I mean? It's like you can't have it both. So you want somebody to pay you for coming into the job, and you want them to pay you good. Okay, all right, you're gonna have to work for it. That's just the name of the game, And then if you're not satisfied with your pay, then create your own space. But see, most of the people who talk like that, they won't take the leap to make their own space.
Hey, and that's why they'll forever be where they at.
And so they can't blame it. They can't say, oh, well, I worked so hard. Well, you work so hard according to who? Because like you said, I can promise you, like you said, question. Me and you, like if we were just to look at where we at right now, just on the surface, I can agree with you. Both of us do. We run circles around, everybody in there. Pretty much everybody in there. There may be one or two.
We give it our best effort.
But at the same time, let me ask you this. Is that your last stop? Is that where you planning to retire?
Oh, heavens no.
Okay then. And that's not where I'm trying to retire either. But now, why is that not your last stop? Because you already got a plan of where you want to be. I got a plan of where I want to be. So I'm a grind right now, because I'm pretty sure when you leave that job, that's not all the work you do for the week. You see what I'm saying? Like you in some other stuff. When I leave that job, my work has just begun. Be honest with you. You know what I mean?
No.
So
that's and how I look at it, where I go make my bread at, that's my part-time job.
Exactly.
That's
so
part-time.
but see, that's what I'm saying. So hard work pays off. It's just, I mean, you saying you working, I would ask the average person, you saying you working hard according to who? Because a lot of people, who say they working hard, bro, they ain't doing nothing. But you let them tell it, oh man, I'm sitting there grinding. You ain't grinding, bro. You ain't grinding. You get 10 hours of sleep every day. Like, how you grinding? You not grinding, bro. And see, I think the issue is we got a lot of people who talk a lot of noise, who don't know what work. They wouldn't know what hard work looked like if it was sitting beside them, man. They just don't know. You know what I mean? And you can't blame. So I mean, if you come, when I open my stuff and you come work for me, you can't tell me, well, I deserve more than X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna pay you according to what you give. But guess what? You'll never make what I make until you start doing what I do. That's just what it is.
Yeah. And I get that. But doing what other people do don't get you the bread in the workplace. That's all I'm saying.
Doing what other people do.
A lot of like I can do the function, and sometimes they get me to do some of their job functions. Like this is a job function for a lead to do or an OM to do. You got me doing that.
Yeah, but that's temporary, bro.
Wait a minute, hold on.
That's temporary, bro. That's how you got to look at it. Oh, that's temporary.
I understand that, and that's why I'm keeping it like that. I'm not making it seem like a person can't change exactly what's going on. All I'm saying, very simply, is if you're going to choose to be a hard worker, I'm definitely not saying nobody don't choose to be a hard worker. If you're going to go into the workplace, choose to be a hard worker. You feel what I'm saying? Like you get benefits from being a hard worker. All I'm saying is I just don't think it really pays off in the workplace like how it can in other aspects of your life. Be a hard worker at really getting your attitude together, or be a hard worker at really getting your discipline together. Be a hard worker at really trying to build something for yourself. That's what I'm choosing to like. That's the kind of payoff I feel like a person would want to work hard for. You don't want to work hard for the kind of payoff to look at for you to feel like, okay, this payoff, your payoff is based on someone else, let's just say. Like, I'm working hard and, okay, we choose, this is the choice of the payoff. And that doesn't, and it's like, well, dang, if I was to have a choice of it really paying off, I would much rather it look like this.
I feel you.
I understand that, Brian, but this is what we can do for you. Good, congratulations, man. Keep working hard, keep doing things, man. And you never know, man. We just might be able to, you feel what I'm saying? We might be able to do that for you, man. But you got to do that for another 2, maybe 3 more years. You feel what I'm saying? Then we'll come back and we'll chop it up again. And here's a pat on the back. Matter of fact, we'll give you a parking spot right there in the front of the yard, right there in the front. You won't have, like, everything is more convenient for me to make y'all more money.
I feel you. So we got to wrap this up because we almost at an hour now. But so here, boy, that went by real quick. But listen, this is what I will say. I think we're saying the same thing. We're just taking different routes. But here's what I'll say. This is for everybody out there. Does hard work pay off? I'm gonna just speak for Mr. D.R.E. Does hard work pay off? Yes, it does pay off. Does it pay off in the job arena? It could. Here's what I want people to think about. If you are not satisfied with what you are making or what you are receiving for your work, change up. You change up. I mean, you cannot fault anybody for what you make if you're not willing to change up. If you're not willing to step out on faith and go for what you feel like you deserve, you have no room to complain. So if you're not making what you want to make, change up. Hard work will pay off. But I will end it on this. Listen, don't be one of those people who allow the time that you spend at someone's job to go wasted. You can always learn a skill. You can always get contacts. You can, how do they say you can I forgot how they say it in social media, but you can always get contacts to where you can be building for your future. I don't want anybody, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. I don't want anybody to waste their time working for someone when they feel like they're not getting their just due. But while you're there, get all that you can get so that you can better your future. All right. Hey, we'll be right back with the closing thought. All right. Stay tuned. All right. We are back. We are back in the building. Listen, another episode in the books, man. How you feeling, bro?
Fire. That was fire, dog. That's just hot fire, man. Great convo. Another great wrapping up. Great perspectives. Just, man. Hey, I'm just glad we was able to get it done.
Right.
You know, the necessary sacrifices to get this show done, and it's another banger.
Hey, how we say, putting that work in, man. Definitely putting that work in. So, you know, if we don't get canceled this week, we'll be back next week. But
Yo, that cancel culture real, man.
Hey, it's real out there. Hey, listen, here's my closing remarks. And B-Mac, you can chime in if you want. The closing remarks to this, man. Listen. Everybody out here trying to make it, man. For everybody who's trying to make it, I want to just say, don't give up, man. Understand your worth, you know, because there are some people who feel trapped. You know, they feel trapped. You feel trapped because it seems like you're not making what you deserve. And sometimes that can be true. But I dare you to just take a look at your life and plan it. Don't spend the rest of your life just going on a whim. Strategize your life to where everything that you do, everything that you learn, you can use it for your ultimate goal. You can use it for your ultimate goal. Don't waste this opportunity. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your youth just doing stuff that you don't want to do. Plan. Don't be scared to learn something from somebody else. Don't be scared to ask somebody something that you don't know. Understand you cannot do this by yourself. Strategize your life and God will make it happen for you. Know what I mean? So I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you listening to us on today. And look, as we said last week, we've only just begun. Man, we're going to be coming up like fire, like that hot lava out the volcano. You know what I mean? So keep riding with us. Keep rocking with us. Subscribe. We out. G.T.O B-Mac, Mr. D.R.E. We out. Peace.
Peace.